Good morning, folks. It's your boy Richard. Today in this video, I'm back with another car explanation video. Today is gonna be about another Fast and Furious car today. Today, as you might have seen in my last Fast and Furious car video, I talked about the 1967 Mustang Fastback from Tokyo Drift. That was like 2 days ago, presumably. Yeah, right around 2 days ago. What? There we go. I had to do that because I was recording this video I was recording this video today maybe two times or something, and I couldn't even talk well because my throat was dry on the inside, so I had to do that to clear it because I didn't know I couldn't even talk properly like this, but now I'm feeling a bit okay. So yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. I'm fine. All right. So I'm okay, and so I'm just a bit tired right now because I've been up all night, doing info on more cars. Oh God. Hey, we got more cars I got planned. I believe I've got one. I'm currently doing info on. It's the proper car, not a movie car. It's just a regular car in general, racing and all that stuff. I've got one I'm currently doing on. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm halfway there, I think. I don't know, maybe 75% done, I think, almost, or 80%. I don't know, but got no idea how much info I got, but I'll check on that a little bit later. At the moment, I am going to be doing some more Fast and Furious cars, so which I've got a few info lists on. I've got a few Fast and Furious cars all done. I've got a couple more to do, and then we'll see what else I can do. Alright, so today in this video, I am going to be talking to you guys about another Fast and Furious car. Today, we're going to be talking to you guys about the mighty beast, as I call it, the 1995 Nissan Skyline GTR R33 from the Fast and the Furious 2001, also known as Big Bird. Say Big Bird, as they called car. But I'll get to that in a little bit, and it's got a shocking story to it, which is actually heartbreaking. But I will talk about that in a little bit later in this video. So before we start, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I'm making new uploads. And comment down below what else you guys Comment down below what else you guys want to do. I don't mind if you don't comment down below. I got no problem with that at all whatsoever. I have no issues with that. It's up to you. I don't mind. I've got a lot of options planned of what I can do, but I don't know. I mean, you decide if you want to comment down below or not. I mean, I got no problem at all. I mean, I've got a lot of options I can go for, but we'll see how that goes. Let's find out. So talking about the 1995 Nissan Skyline GTR R33 from the Fast and the Furious 2001, aka Big Bird, which is kind of weird, giving a car a name, calling it Big Bird. It's kind of interesting and it's kind of cool, but Big Bird's not around anymore. But I will get to that in a little bit. But yeah, so like, subscribe, comment below, hit the notification bell, hit all so you're alerted before when I make brand new uploads, and comment down below if you want to of what else you want me to do. Alright, it's been over 5 minutes. We should probably get started. So here we go. Let's do it. So, the 1995 Nissan Skyline GTR R33 from the Fast and the Furious 2001, from the first movie. Say from the first film. First movie, whatever you call it. Here we go. So here we go. So the overview is first. Here we go. The manufacturer is by NMC, Nissan Motor Company. The make is Nissan, obviously. The model is a Skyline GTR R33. The production year is from 1995. Say production years from 1995. Model status is discontinued, so they don't do it anymore. The body and chassis is next. The class is a two-door coupe or coupe. The character information is next. The driver of the car is Leon, played by Johnny Strong. The uses for street races. The status is active, so it's active, so it's fully functional. The film is from the Fast and the Furious 2001. Similar cars to that is the 1996 Nissan Skyline GTR R33. From the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift 2006. The 1995 Nissan Skyline GTR R33, aka Big Bird, aka Big Bird as they call it, was a minor car in the Fast and the Furious 2001. Alright, so let's talk about, next up is the history. Here we go. The Fast and the Furious 2001. Here we go. The 1995 Nissan Skyline GTR R33 is one of Leon's personal cars, because that's the only car he drives. He drove the 1995 Skyline to Toretto's Market and Cafe alongside Jesse, played by Chad Lindbergh. Letty Ortiz, played by Michelle Rodriguez herself, and Vince, played by Matt Schulze. I think I said it right. I can't remember. I don't know if I said it right. It's spelled Schulze. Schulze? I think. I can't really pronounce it that well. So it's Matt Schulze, I think. It's spelled Schulze. His last name. I can't really pronounce it that well. It's been a long time since I've seen the first movie. Later, during the night, Leon monitored police activity from the inside of his 1995 Nissan Skyline. He kept a vigil on the street racers. Not racers, sorry. He kept a vigil on the streets while the rest of his group watched and participated in the quarter-mile race for both money and cars. When he overheard the police had discovered what they were doing, he alerted to other racers and retreated to 1327 Dom and Mia's Toretto house, which is right where the Toretto market is actually. Yeah, Dom and Mia Toretto's house. Next up, we got specifications. Here we go. The 1995 Nissan Skyline GTR R33 featured a yellow paint job with modern image vinyl decals on it. It also had work wheels. I'll get to those in a bit. Engine specifications is first. So here we go. It had a standard RB26D TT engine, inline 6 or straight 6. So yeah, standard RB26D TT. Standard twin turbos, which are HKS 2530 twin turbos. One of them had broke during a one lap of America at Tire Rack in South Bend, Indiana. So it was in South Bend, Indiana. It says cool. It's like short for Indianapolis. That's nice. So yeah, it had standard RB26D TT, standard twin turbos, 2530. Had broke during one of them had broke during one lap of America at Tire Rack in South Bend, Indiana. So yeah, South Bend, Indiana. So it broke at like 34 psi. So it had a bunch of HKS stuff. It had HKS air filters, HKS fuel rails, HKS fuel pressure regulator, a Bosch 044 fuel pump, a HKS twin power DLI, a HKS intercooler, HKS front pipe, and HKS exhaust. Now we got the tires, wheels, brakes, and suspension. So it had 18-inch work VS XX wheels, 18 by 10 inch, with Toyo T1S tires. So with Toyo T1S 255/40 18 tires. It had standard Brembo brakes. It had standard Brembo brakes front and rear, and even had a HKS suspension system as well, which is quite cool. So even in a HKS suspension system, the interior it also had a roll cage. A roll cage by UPRD for Pikes Peak in 1999. I wanted to find out what UPRD stands for, but I couldn't find the answer to that. And even had a HKS boost gauge as well. The performance stats is quite impressive a little bit. It does 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds, which is kind of crazy considering, the Skylines do like below 5 seconds almost. With the standard power output of 280 horsepower, which is the manufacturer's stated claimed horsepower configuration that the car has to have for, well, Skyline wise. So yeah, it does 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. Because it pushed out 650 horsepower to the wheels. That's insane. I mean, you can get like over 1,000 horsepower out of those RB26 engines. That's crazy. This is why I love tuner cars. Because of how crazy power outputs you can do to it and like the performance mods. I'm like a JDM enthusiast, basically. I've known JDM like cars when I was growing up watching Fast and Furious. Because I'm a JDM enthusiast. So yeah, performance stats. I can't even say it right. Performance stats, there we go. 0 to 60, 3.9 seconds. Quarter mile time of 12.1 seconds at 177 kilometers an hour, which is 110 miles an hour. A 14.5 psi, 1 bar of boost at Carlsbad. Say at Carlsbad racetrack, I think. I don't know. I forgot. Now we got in reality. Here we go. So origins we're talking about. Here we go. The car belonged to Sean Morris. It was originally white, and he brought it to an auction for cars for The Fast and the Furious, which was then called Redline as like a working title, held by Craig Lieberman, who was the technical advisor for the original 2 films. The first one, so The Fast and the Furious 2001, and the second one, Too Fast and Furious 2003. So technical advisor for the original first 2 films. They originally wanted the car to be Brian's, but they were only able to get one car in. So they They originally wanted the car to be Brian's, but they were only able to get one car in and wouldn't be able to replicate it. It was eventually decided that as they could only get one car, that it would be used for another character as a background car. The car was repainted yellow and given to Johnny Strong's character Leon. After production finished and Morris was given the car back, he ripped the graphics and the rear wing off the car. Well, not technically like rip it off like like that, but just like peeling off the decals and just like unbolting the rear wing and all that stuff. Not ripping off. If you rip that off, it just damaged the whole bodywork. So after production finished and Morris was given the car back, he ripped the graphics and the rear wing off the car. So that was after the movie was finished. Now, this next one is gonna break millions of your hearts to everyone out there who is a JDM tuner fan, even me. We're gonna talk about destruction of the car. So that's right, destruction of the car. Because for those who don't know, Big Bird unfortunately was crushed. And you might be asking why, or like how, or like what happened. Well, I got the answer to that. If you guys have seen The Racing Joker, he also talked about the R33 of the destruction. And I'm also doing the same for this. So it's got exactly what is on there. And this is actually true because this happened over 10 years ago. Well, 11 years ago. So destruction, here we go. On May 31st, well, technically it was like the 30th, I think. Somewhere between there. On May 31st, or 30th, again, between the 2 days, I think, 2012, or 2012. I'll always say 2012 because it's much faster. The state of Wisconsin ordered that the 2 models of the 1995 Nissan Skyline GTR R33 were ordered to be destroyed. After a law in the state of Wisconsin in the USA prevented the owner After a law in the state of Wisconsin in the USA prevented the ownership of a vehicle that doesn't have a valid VIN number, which VIN stands for vehicle identification number, especially for imported vehicles, such JDM wise, because they had like issues, people had like issues, with importing the cars, and they have to like go by U.S. regulations for the cars and all that stuff, the different power outputs, all that sort of stuff. Eventually, the rules will be changed. Eventually, who knows? But we'll find out. So you have valid VIN, vehicle identification number, especially for imported vehicles. Not just JDM, but also Euro cars as well. They would have that kind of issue, I think. I don't know. But mainly JDM cars would always have the issue of getting imported to the US from Japan. Who knows? Especially for imported vehicles. The owner, Justin Beno or Beno, I don't know how to say it, but it's spelled Beno. The owner, Justin Beno, I think. I don't know. Also had the second R33. That was crushed as well, due to the fact that he attempted to sell the cars to another person and told them he could get them titled in Florida, unaware the buyer was an undercover agent. Although Beno asked if he could ship the cars, as in, like take them away to a different place, like ship the cars to another country, his appeal was denied, and was told he'd be free of charges if he agreed to turn over his Skylines to be both crushed and compacted. Can you imagine that, like having to turn your car in and watching it get crushed, especially JDM cars? How sad would that be, of how long you've had it for, like the memories of the car, what you did to the car, like maybe bolt on, performance mods, exterior, interior, sound systems, gauges as well, like boost, oil pressure, oil temperature, water temperature, uh, exhaust gas temperature, drag racing you took to it, all that stuff. But everything been blown out to the water, buried underground because the car was crushed. Can you imagine how heartbreaking that would feel if that happened to your car? I mean, if that happened to my car, I would be disappointed of how that would happen. But because I don't drive, I'm saved. Thank God for that. Like, but I'm just saying, like, if I had to have a JDM car, like, I would do like a bunch of like upgrades and repairs to it to make it road legal and all that stuff. But I don't know. But that's just how it is. So although Benno asked if he could ship the cars to another country, his appeal was denied and was told he'd be free of charges if he agreed to turn over his Skylines to be crushed and compacted. Next up, last one we got is the trivia. The Skylines were owned by Sean Morris, who owned the Skylines were owned by Sean Morris, who owns Top Rank Imports, who also provided other cars, who also provided can't even talk again. Oh my god, who also provided other cars for the franchise, such as the 2010 Bentley Continental GT. From the Fate of the Furious 2017, driven by Roman Pierce, played by Tyrese Gibson himself. The 1992 Mercedes S-Class from the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift 2006, Fast and Furious 6 or Furious 6 2013, and Fast and Furious 7 or Furious 7 2015. Paul Walker's last one before his untimely passing. May rest in peace. And that's the movie I got anyway, as a disc. So Fast and Furious 7 2015. And Sean specifically was the builder of the 1967 Ford Mustang Fastback from the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift 2006, the car I talked about 3-4 days ago, somewhere around there. Leon's GTR was given the name Big Bird. So Big Bird, a reference to the big yellow character on the TV show Sesame Street. So on the TV show Sesame Street. The car served as a demo car for Motorex. The car had done many race events, including drag racing, One Lap of America, and Pikes Peak hill climb event. The car was eventually sold, and around 2012, it was both seized and crushed by the feds. It seems that Motorex had never completed the certification on this car to make it federally legal, and the new owner was forced to surrender the car. Even though he took really good care of the car, he was forced to surrender it, like to give it over to the feds. So he wasn't. So it would be like in a plea deal for like misdemeanor charges. So in other words, so he would not be charged like felony charges of if he would have not turned those in, he would have been charged, for not giving the cars over. Like, misdemeanor charges and all that stuff, and he would have been like taken to court and like maybe sentenced to jail if he would have not turned those cars in, because those JDM tuner cars have never been like legal first time in the US because they have not met like the road regulations there, and it made everyone who's a JDM tuner fan sad, even me, to hear that the Skylines were not federally legal in the US. But they have to be over 25 years old in order for them to be road legal. So the Skylines recently, they came out in like around 1999. Well, the R33 did came out in 1999. So if that turned 25 years old, from like 1999, so it'll be 2024 next year. Like that would be like considered road legal at that time. Well, maybe 2027 if it was from 2002. Then they would from like 2024 to 2027. The Skylines will officially be road legal in the US. Well, presumably they will have like, newer versions of the Skyline. They might have an R36, presumably, which they would have like, what I think of the R36 if that is they would have like an R35 body shape, but like the front bumper and rear wing from an R34, and maybe possibly the rear bumper. Who knows? Like, I've seen like concept cars of the R35. Like they do concept versions of those cars. So yeah, they do concept versions of those vehicles. Like to show off what like with what they wanted like the people to know that they would possibly make the car. But people do concept cars these days to show off their like coolest creations, like to show people like what like they think, like they want people to think that they're gonna make those cars. And that's how it goes, really, for concept cars and whatnot. But who knows? I don't know. I mean, over the years, they've done concept cars before, which are cool. Anyways, that will be it. So that'll be it, guys. So that'll be it. If you guys like this video, even though it was also a bit heartbreaking because of the death of Big Bird after it was crushed because it was not legal in the US. So if you guys like this video, like it, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you're alerted when I make new uploads. And that'll be it, guys. So for my next video is gonna be another Fast and Furious car, and I've got a couple more to do, and we'll see what else I can do. Who knows? So that'll be it. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Until then, stay safe. So stay safe, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. I can't even talk. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.